Hey guys, it's Siri and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how much it really costs to live in Vietnam in 2025. So if you're thinking of moving to Vietnam, or you want to travel here, or you want to come as a digital nomad, or you're just curious, then this video is for you. In today's video, I've broken down everything from rent to utilities to groceries, anything you can think of. We're going to be talking about that in today's video. So if that is something you're interested in, then just keep on watching. So before we jump right into the video, I just want to preface this by saying these are all estimate. These are not like my personal monthly expenses. I will leave that for another video, but I've been living in Hanoi for 3 years now, so these are a rough estimate of what you can spend here. And of course, this all depends on your lifestyle as well, and I'm going to be focusing mainly on Hanoi because this is where I live and this is what I can talk about. So yeah, first thing we're going to be talking about is rent and housing. Like, this is the thing that most of us spend most of our money on a monthly basis. And in Hanoi, you can get houses for an apartment for as low as $300 and upward. Now, of course, this all depends on your style and what you want and the location. Now, I live in Tay Ho, and Tay Ho is like the foreigner expert area of Hanoi. So houses here are generally more expensive than other parts of the city where there are more locals. So if you're looking for an apartment here, say for example like a one-bedroom apartment in this area, in this part of town, you can get a place for as low as $300, and you can find something as high up to the ends of $1,000, $2,000, like in high-rise apartments that have gyms and pools and whatnot in Tay Ho. But if you're looking for outside other part of the city, different areas, maybe sometimes even outskirts of the city, of course definitely if you're going outskirts, it's way cheaper. So yeah, houses here can go anywhere from $300 to however high you can pay depending on the area and location. So yeah, again, this all depends on the kind of place you want to live and what you want from the apartment yourself. Like, we currently live in a 2-bedroom 1-bathroom house, and we're currently paying $650,000. Not $650,000, $650. I'm thinking in VND. We're currently paying $650,000. Oh my god, we're currently paying $650 American dollars. That is what we're paying right now for this place. But with this same amount we pay here, if we go live in other part of the city where it's not Tay Ho, we can get something even nicer for the same amount of money. So I hope you kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about here. So definitely, first of all, rent, yes, you can get anything from as low as $300 to higher up depending on the location and what you want from the house. Okay, the next one we're going to be talking about is your utilities bills. So like your electricity, your internet, your data, water bill, those kind of things. So for electricity, you can be paying anywhere between $20 to $60 depending on the time of the year and depending on how much you use your air conditioning, because that can be racking up the bills. During summertime, our bills go really high because it's hot and we always turn on the AC, so we definitely pay higher during summertime. For like your water bills, you can be paying like maybe $10 a month. It's really not that expensive in my opinion. And for internet, for our place and most houses here in Tay Ho, the internet, the house Wi-Fi comes included in like your rental bill, so I don't really count that, girl math. But for like my phone plan, you can pay anywhere from like $5 to $10 a month depending on the kind of phone plan you want. They have different plans. Of course, each plan would give you an amount of limited data per day and whatnot, but you can get a phone plan as low as $5 and you can go higher from there depending on, you know, what you want and how often you would gonna be using the internet and stuff like that. So yeah, for utility bills, I would say the higher for electricity could be like $60 to $70, for water bill like $10 to $15, and for your phone plan it can be anywhere between $5 to $10 to $15 definitely. So that's something you should keep in mind when it comes to the utilities, how much you can spend when it comes to utilities on a monthly basis here in Hanoi, Vietnam. Okay, the next one we're going to be talking about is food. So groceries, eating out, takeout, things like that. So first of all, I'm going to say, in my own humble opinion, eating out in Vietnam is way cheaper than cooking your own food, period. Because tell me why I can go eat a bowl of pho for like $1, and then when I go to the supermarket to buy something, I'm spending like $5 or more, depending on the kind of grocery store I go to, because they're different types, right? So for example, for groceries, if you want to go to like the like the supermarket, so like Lotte supermarket or Winmart, like the big ones, you're gonna spend a lot more there. But if you want to go to like the local markets, like the wet market or like the local vendors that's near your street, those ones are definitely cheaper. So for example, if you're buying a crate of egg in like the supermarket for like $2, you're gonna buy it at the local woman or the local market way cheaper. So definitely there's that. So yeah, and then eating out is just insane. Like eating out is so cheap. Obviously depending on where you're eating out at like a Vietnamese local style food place, you're gonna be spending like $1 on pho, $2. But if you want to go to like a higher end excuse me, like an higher end restaurant, you're gonna be spending a little bit more, but it's not so much. Carson and I, sometimes we go out to eat, two of us, like maybe we go to like a pasta place or a pizza place, and we live there spending like $15 to $20 for 2 people to eat, which is insane, because I know in countries like the US and Canada, $20 is just for 1 person, you know, and that's not including tip. Let's not forget that they don't tip here. That's just something I should just throw in here in case you're wondering. But yeah, groceries and eating out, that is another thing you can budget. And I would say for me personally, because again, this is I'm gonna do a different video where I talk about how much I personally spend on like a monthly basis, and I'll break down my budget for you. But if I'm to give you like a rough estimate on how much I think I spend on like a weekly basis eating out, I would say anywhere between $10 to like $15. I usually don't eat out that much because I go to work and my work feed me for lunch every day, so that's good. So I only eat mostly once a day in the evening. When I come home is when I spend my own money to eat. But yeah, and then grocery shopping in a month, in a week, I could say if we do grocery shopping, it could be anywhere between $30 to $35, and that is what we use for groceries. So that's something you should keep in mind. Definitely eating out is very cheap here, and most people that I know, myself included, prefer to eat out than to go to the grocery store to eat, just because it's way cheaper just to do that here for sure. Okay, the next we're going to be talking about is transportation, moving from one place to another. So there are different means you can move around here in Vietnam. So you can definitely move around using taxis, or you can decide excuse me or you can decide to rent your own motorbike. So if you want to be taking Grab, so Grab is like the popular taxi hailing app here, just like, you know, Uber and whatnot. If you want to take motorbike, you can get motorbike ride. I mean, obviously depend on distance, but you can get a motorbike ride for as low as $1 depending on where you're going to. You can get, and for taxis, taxi ride depending on the distance can cost anywhere from like $5 to $20 depending on the distance. But I don't think I've paid anything more than $20 equivalent taking a car, and that's because where I was going to was far, like a 20 minutes 30 minutes drive. That was how far it is, you know, within the city itself. But yeah, so that's one thing. Yeah, so you can get motorbike for as low as $1 depending on where you're going to, and you can get taxi ride for as low as $5 and higher depending on where you're going to. Another way you can move around is obviously if you decide to rent your own motorbike. A lot of foreigners rent motorbike here. Carson, my husband, has one. I personally am a chicken, and I decided to be a passenger princess, so I decided not to learn how to ride a motorbike, which I feel like I should learn, but I don't know, whatever. I'm going back and forth with the thought in my head. But yes, you can decide to rent a motorbike here, and you can get motorbike rental per month from anywhere between $50 to $80 depending on where you rent. And also gassing your motorbike could cost you anywhere from like $5 to $10, and that would last you a very like a full tank. It will last you a very long time. So yeah, that's something you should keep in mind when it comes to the various means of transportation. This is just within the city. Of course, if you want to go outside the city, then we're talking about taking buses or whatnot. But within the city, the most popular means of transportation is either through motorbike, taxis, motorbike, taxis, and buses. I've never taken a bus here, so I really don't know how much it costs, but I'm pretty sure it's probably less than $1. I'm just gonna put it out there. So yeah. the next thing we're gonna be talking about is health insurance, healthcare, and things related to that. I mean, obviously if you're moving to a new country, one thing you would want to know is how much is it gonna cost me if I go to visit the doctor, and you know, things like that. So for health insurance, you can get health insurance here anywhere from like $50 to $150 per month, and more, obviously depending on the kind of coverage that you want, but that is something that you can budget. But even if you don't have health insurance and you want to visit the doctor, and by when I first came here to Vietnam, before I got health insurance. My employer covers my, does a coverage for me, so that's good. So I don't pay out of pocket for my health insurance. My employer pays that. But before my employer started paying for my coverage, I went to the doctor one time. I went to see the dentist. I got my teeth cleaned, and I did some other things, and I kid you not, including seeing the doctor and getting my teeth cleaned, I paid less than $50, like $50 USD, American dollars. You know what I mean, for that experience. And when my sister was here as well, she was sick one time and she went to the clinic. My sister didn't have insurance because she was just here, and she went to the clinic and she saw a doctor and she got medication, and she paid, I think, about $60 or $70, something like that. That's including medicine and whatnot. So yeah, in general, I would say obviously those are for very light things. That's just going to see a doctor because you feel sick. I don't know what it would be how much it would cost you if you have to do surgery or something very intricate or more challenging here health-wise. So that's why I would just advise to get a medical coverage. It's just for the best, just in case, God forbid, you have to deal with any of those like really difficult, challenging health situations. You have coverage. But yeah, so between $50 to $150 a month, you can get health coverage here in Vietnam. Okay, this next category, I'm gonna call it just lifestyle and having fun. So this is all gonna heavily depend on what is fun to you, what kind of lifestyle you have, of course. But for example, if you're someone who likes to go to the gym here, you can get monthly gym for as low as $10 a month to high. Right now, I think Carson and I, we did like a year membership at the gym, and I think it cost us like $150, if I'm not mistaken, for a year, which I think it's good if you do ask me. I think $120, something like that. I cannot remember. It was a really ridiculous price. But yeah, so you can get really low gym membership here, like $10, $15 per month. So yeah, that's definitely something. When it comes to like going out, obviously again depends on the kind of places you go to. Like I said, this category will vastly depend on your lifestyle. But like going out for drinks and stuff like that, if you're someone who likes to drink beer is so cheap here. You can get beer for like $1 to $2. It's pretty cheap. But for like cocktails, you can be spending like maybe $10, $12 for like one glass of cocktail and things like that going out. For like traveling, obviously again it would depend on your lifestyle. What kind of places do you like to go to when you travel? Do you like luxury travel, or do you like mid-range travel? I like luxury travel, but right now I cannot afford luxury travel, so I call my travel style mid-range, in between luxury and budget. That is where I am right now. And if you like want to travel in Vietnam, let me say you're someone who likes traveling and maybe you want to travel at least once a month or every other month, depending on where you're going to, you can get nice looking resorts, hotels for like as low as $30 a night, $40 a night, depending. So those are things that you can budget. Again, depend on your lifestyle. Going to the movies here is so cheap. Oh my god, 2 days ago from when I'm filming this video, we went to see a movie, and every time Carson and I go to the cinema, plus tickets and popcorn and drink, we pay less than $30. I think maybe between $25 to $28. That's what we pay. It's insane, because I vividly remember when we were in Canada and we went to the movies. For one person, we were paying $50. That's including tickets and snacks for one person, just to see a movie. So yeah, that's something you should keep in mind. Going to the cinema here is very cheap. So if you're someone who likes to go to the movies, yeah. But again, like I said, this would all depend on your lifestyle. But again, on the average, this is something you can budget when it just comes to the fun and miscellaneous part of your life. Another thing to add to this miscellaneous category will be shopping. Shopping in Vietnam is quite cheap, if you ask me. Like if you go to the local brand, I think like Zara and H&M, because there is Zara and H&M here, the prices I think is pretty standard compared to like Western countries or any other place I've been to. I think the prices are very similar. At least I would say Zara prices are similar. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're. If Zara is selling this jacket for $50 in Canada, best believe in Vietnam is equivalent. There's nothing like that. But if you go to like the local shops, which I'm trying my best to find more of those kind of shops, you actually see nicer items, good quality for cheaper prices as well. So yeah, shopping here again would depend on your style and what you want, but for like a normal top you can be spending at like maybe $10 for like a top. For like pants you can spend like $30 and stuff like that, maybe even less than. So yeah, shopping here is actually quite affordable as well. So yeah, you should keep that in mind. Miscellaneous things, just, you know, little things here and there, like your gym, entertainment, and just things you love to do. Those are kind of like the budget you should have in mind when it comes to things like that. So yeah guys, those are the few things that I can think of right now when it comes to things that you might be spending on if you're living here in Hanoi, Vietnam. Let me know, what do you think from the estimate that I gave you guys? What do you think is living in Vietnam, living in Hanoi? Is it expensive? Is it affordable? Let me know. I'm gonna do a separate video where I'm gonna be talking about like my personal because there's two of us, our like budget on like on a month, how we spend, how much we spend and whatnot. So if that's something that you guys are interested in seeing, to really know how much in like detail you could actually, because this video is just like giving you like a rough estimate based on my time here and my spendings here, but if you really want to see like how much that I really spend on like a monthly basis, let me know in the comments if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing. I hope this video has been helpful to you, giving you guys like a rough idea how much you could be spending here if you're thinking about moving to Hanoi or moving to Vietnam just in general. Yeah, let me know in the comments what kind of videos you guys want me to see. I'm always happy to make videos that would help you. It gives me so much when people come to me and say, oh my god, your videos have been helpful. So let me know what other helpful video topic ideas you guys want me to talk about concerning living in Vietnam or living in Hanoi specifically. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Also, the guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.